Alright, I just got off the phone to Evolve and they said, hey, we've been working on something really exciting and we want to show you what it is. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to the Gold Coast to meet Evolve at their HQ to find out exactly what's been going on. So stick around so I can tell you all about it. What are you going to put there?
It's a big question mark.
Oh, I love this one, the corner.
I took a tour of Evolve's HQ here in Australia and I got to see exactly how it all works behind the scenes. And it was super interesting to see what it takes to bring these boards to life. I also got to meet Jeff and the amazing Evolve crew, who have all been working extremely hard to bring you something really, really cool. After the tour, Jeff and Maddie pulled me aside and brought with them 2 big boxes. Box number 1 had the Carbon GTR with the all-terrain setup, and box number 2 had a Bamboo GTR, also with an AT setup. Jeff gave me the entire rundown of what's new with the GTR boards, and I'm going to share it all with you, but first we had to take them outside and go for a ride. It's a different league. I always feel like I'm in control of it. Even when I am, whipping the tail out a bit, it just comes straight back. Hard to describe how it feels under the feet because it's just so easy. Yep. It feels easy to ride. It's a different ball game. It's just so good. Let me be clear. These boards are powerful, but they're more than just that. They are carving machines which are designed from the ground up to give you the best possible riding feel. And I've got to tell you, after taking them for a spin, Evolve have truly delivered. Alright, let's dial the hype back a bit and take a close look at the specs and components of the new Evolve GTR electric skateboards. As I mentioned, the new GTR boards are completely redesigned from the ground up, and they share nothing from the previous series. So hopefully Evolve have addressed some of the common and renowned issues that we saw in previous boards, and adapted them to the new series. Let's see. The Bamboo GTR is made of 3 layers of bamboo laminate and 2 layers of fiberglass. And the all new grip tape design that is reminiscent of those old muscle cars sticks true to the GTR name. There's extra truck holes on the deck so you can extend or shorten the wheelbase depending on what kind of ride you want to have. You can lengthen out your wheelbase if you want to have long and sturdy cruises, or you can shorten your wheelbase and get faster, sharper turning. Because of the concave shape, you can feel the edges of the board on both your toes and your heels perfectly. So you always know where your feet are without having to dart your eyes down to have a look. Along with the concave shape, the Bamboo GTR has some incredible flex to it. It really does feel like a traditional longboard, but with the added benefit of electrical power. The ride is silky smooth, and you can carve on that baby all day long. The Carbon GTR deck is handmade in China with a brand new design. It has a beautiful matte finish on it and is repping the honeycomb grip tape from the Bamboo GTX series. It's also nice to see that the grip tape goes all the way to the edges of the board here too. They are using the same supercarved truck, however it's made through a forging process which makes them really strong. And that goes for all the hardware on the board, including the motor mounts. It's all forged metal, so we should be seeing a lot less bending and a lot less breakages on those trucks and motor plates. The GTR Street board comes with 97mm urethane wheels that are made in the USA, by the same manufacturer as other top skateboard brands like ABAC. The chemical makeup of these wheels makes them really grippy, so you can carve hard and stay in control, but you don't lose any speed performance. Evolve offer them in 3 different colours: white, black and orange. or you can put on any other longboard wheels that have the hold cores, like flywheels or Kegels. The AT setup runs the same pneumatic tyres as the previous series, but now you can get smaller 6-inch tyres which are perfect for commuting. Plus they come in a ton of different colour combinations. As for the bearings, Evolve are now using precision ceramic bearings which offer reduced friction so that you can squeeze every inch of range out of your board. One of the things I am most excited about this board is the battery. Evolve have custom designed this battery system which they are calling the PowerFlex battery. And check this out, you can completely flex this thing around on itself. The unique thing about this battery system is that it doesn't have any wires on the pack at all. The cells are spot welded on a PCB which connect them to the BMS at one end. It feels like, a piece of tech. A really cool piece of tech. The battery pack is a 10S 4-piece system running Samsung 18650 35E cells. Now the previous Evolve boards were notorious for having the infamous battery sag issue, where the battery level indicator would drop significantly and the board would flick into eco mode while riding under high amounts of stress, like climbing hills or riding in grass in the AT setup. Evolve have now fixed this by rewriting the firmware so that the battery level indicator decreases incrementally by 1% regardless of the power output. This will prevent the ESC from thinking that the battery level is lower than it actually is, and you won't experience any dropouts. On top of this, as you near 0%, you're still going to have access to the same amount of power output as you would at 100%. This means riding up hills at 8% battery is going to be no worries at all. Battery sag, gone. Alongside their standard battery, Evolve are going to offer a travel safe battery. So it's going to be just under 160 watt hours, which means you're going to be able to travel with it on airlines, but first you'll always have to get airline approval. On the Bamboo GTR, the battery also has 2 USB ports, so that can power any USB powered accessory, some of which Evolve are going to offer, but what I'm really excited to see is what the eSkate community can come up with for these. The enclosures on both the Bamboo GTR and the Carbon GTR have a silicone gasket to tighten them up and prevent any moisture from getting inside. All of the electronics, including the battery and the ESC, are also in their own separate casings to further prevent any moisture from getting in. Both the Bamboo and the Carbon GTR are running dual 1500 watt belt driven motors. That's 3000 watts of total power on these bad boys. But what's interesting is that the motors are hooked up with detachable connectors. The connectors are proprietary, so you won't be able to chuck any old motor on there, but I am really excited to see what Evolve have in store for this. The R2 remote was one of the other major pain points for Evolve riders on the previous boards. Failing to establish initial connection and experiencing complete dropouts while riding were among the most common. With the release of the GTR, Evolve have done a complete overhaul of the R2 remote. It looks the same for the most part, but the insides are completely upgraded. The board and remote now connect via Bluetooth, and it happens almost instantaneously. I rode the new GTR for over 50 kilometers, and not once did I get a dropout or have trouble connecting the board to the remote. This is a huge sigh of relief for all Evolve riders out there. I would sometimes spend 10 to 15 minutes just trying to connect my board to my remote before heading out for a ride. Welcome Bluetooth, thank God you're here. Now you've still got 4 riding modes on the GTR series, but they're a little bit different. They start with the beginner friendly eco mode, then you move up to pro, and then into GTR mode. But then if you flick up one more time, there is a custom mode. Here, you can modify how much power you want out of your board. You can set it to push harder than GTR mode, or you can dial it back a bit and make it safer than Eco. But the best thing is it's all up to the rider. So to make these modifications, along with other few things, Evolve are releasing a new app. In the app, you'll be able to track your ride, follow other riders around the world, see the leaderboard for who's done the most miles or kilometers on their board. But the great thing is that it's not just for Evolve riders. Anyone with an electric skateboard can use this app to track their rides and follow people around the world. All of the accessories now come in this cool little carry case, and in here you'll find the charger, remote in its case, a wrist lanyard, a wire-shaped skate tool, spare nuts and bolts, and safety manuals. I love these little cases because it saves me from carrying everything in my helmet. Evolve are going to offer a ton of accessories next to their GTR boards. There's going to be an airline safe battery, different coloured street wheels, different coloured AT wheels and AT hubs, different colours for the remote casing, and a cool set of USB powered LED prism lights. Evolve have also partnered with the helmet company 1000 to offer a stylish head protection option. Now, because of the limited time I had up at the Evolve HQ, I couldn't do all my regular tests, but here is what I did get to do. The first test I did was the range test for the Bamboo GTR in the street setup, and to do it I had to do it in 4 different segments. On the first trip, I managed 29.9 kilometers, or 18.6 miles, and I went from 100% battery down to 38%. The second trip was 10.4 kilometers, which is 6.5 miles. The third was 6.1 kilometers, or 3.8 miles, and the final trip was 3.4 kilometers, which is 2.1 miles. And that last trip was from a battery level of 3% to dead flat. So in total, I hit 48.5 kilometers, which is 30.14 miles. That's more than any board that I've ridden so far. When I hit 0%, I couldn't accelerate any longer, but I could still use the brakes. This safety feature is going to save a lot of broken bones and a lot of money on hospital bills. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do a proper speed test, but you'll see that on the range test in my first segment, I got a top speed of 43.9 kilometers an hour, and that is 27.3 miles per hour, and there was definitely more juice to squeeze out of that. Now here's my really precise and detailed braking test.
And I'm pushing it like 27, 20, 30 Ks. That's like 10 meters.
It's really smooth. It's powerful, but it's super smooth. You don't get any jerking. It can bring you to a complete stop from doing 30 kilometers an hour within 10 meters. That's 19 miles per hour within 33 feet. I took the Carbon GTR with the AT setup out to find out what its hill climbing capabilities are like. I rode up a 16.8 degree hill, which calculates out to be a 30.1% hill grade. And it powered up with ease. There were loose stones, and the terrain changed from grass to gravel, and it made it up with no problems. So let's just go ahead and say that the Evolve GTR boards are going to make it up pretty much any hill that you tackle. That's including in San Fran. So how do you get the Evolve GTR boards? Well, Evolve are also launching a brand new website, and part of that website is going to be a board builder. So you're going to be able to pick and choose the accessories that you want and create your very own unique electric skateboard. You'll also be able to pick up your new Evolve GTRs from your local Evolve website or the numerous retail distributors around the world. As for price, it's still unannounced, but as soon as Evolve do, I will be putting it down in the description below, so make sure you keep an eye on that. Overall, Evolve are living by their name and are truly evolving. Their mission was to create an electric skateboard that was durable, safe, and offers you an amazing riding experience that leaves you grinning from ear to ear. And the ride definitely left me smiling. As for longevity and durability, that's yet to be seen and will only tell in time. But Evolve have taken every measure to ensure the quality of their parts are second to none. But what I like most about these new boards is that it has proven that Evolve have listened to their customers. They've not only fixed the battery sag and the connection issues, but they've gone above and beyond to make the experience far better. I know this has been a very positive overview of the Evolve GTR electric skateboards, but it's just too soon to make any judgments. But I want to hear from you guys. Are you going to be jumping at the chance to get yourself an Evolve GTR, or are you going to be waiting to see how they perform in the hands of riders? Thanks to Evolve for having me up at their HQ and giving me the opportunity to see and share the new GTR series. This is not a sponsored video, and I was not given a free electric skateboard. This is a straight up review of what you can expect from the new Evolve GTR series. If you have any questions, ask below in the comments, and please like and subscribe if you had fun watching. I'll see you guys soon.